point to see if you're live. I can see you.
Oh, you can see it?
Yeah, because I have it on this phone
Ready?
too.
It's a great day at the Academy of Scholars, and welcome to episode 4 of Scholarly Speaking Live with Dr. Stacy Lambert Johnson, Director of Student Success at the Academy of Scholars. I'm Benny Crane Jr., the Assistant Director of Student Success. For today's topic, we will discuss the parent research that leads public school educators to choosing private schools for their children.
Thank you for joining us for today's live session. No matter where you're joining us from, whether you are at work or at home, we pray that you are having a great AOS day and hope that you can visit us here on campus someday soon. Today's topic is the conclusion of our series on my doctoral dissertation, Why Public School Educators Enroll Their Children in Private Schools More Than the General Public. So Benny, where can our viewers access our live sessions once they're over?
Everything from today's show ends up on our website, academyofscholars.com, including both audio and video versions. You can also find the video version on our Facebook page, YouTube channel, LinkedIn, and Instagram. You'll be able to download the audio version anywhere you download your favorite podcasts. We want to take this opportunity to say hello to the people who are joining us live today. Thank you for Michael Raphael for coming in today. We appreciate your being with us. Also, Elijah Fetzi, thank you. I also see Miss Little is here once again. We appreciate you. We want to say thank you to everyone for being with us, and shout out to all those people who are following us on social media. Do us a favor and tell your friends that we're on, especially those who are thinking about private schools for their children. Dr. Stacy Lambert Johnson is about to break down what her groundbreaking research showed about why public school teachers choose private schools for their children.
So during our last live session, we looked at the lived experiences of public school educators that contributed to their decision to enroll their children in a private school. Those lived experiences had to do with academic factors such as challenge and engagement, high academic achievement, the school's quality and curriculum, and staying connected and tracking progress. This week, I'm going to share views on the sub-theme parent research that emerged during parent interviews. Although this sub-theme is not in direct alignment with the first few themes, it sheds important light on parents' decision-making processes, which was relevant to the investigation of why public school educators enroll their children in private schools more than the general public. All participants mentioned some form of research that they conducted before making the decision to enroll their children in a private school. This research included looking up student test scores, the school grades, talking with other parents, and touring schools.
Wow, Stacy, I'm really looking forward to hearing your findings on this. Pre-pandemic, I conducted the campus tours for our school, and parents shared with me all the time what they were looking for and why they were choosing AOS. In fact, let's listen to a parent that I spoke to recently as she spoke about what she was looking for in a school and what experiences she was using in choosing AOS for her daughter. So what is it? Obviously, you have in your mind a list of what you're looking for in a school and academic experience for your daughter. Do you mind sharing that?
Yes. So basically, the first thing when I first came to the school was the security. It's tight like Fort Knox, which was perfect. Couldn't get in unless somebody came and let you in. That was number one. Number two, the welcoming when we came into the school. Hey, how are you? It was a mature, nurturing, welcoming to the school. The third thing was your patience with our jobs, knowing that we're getting pulled like an octopus from here to there. I was trying to rush you, but you're like, no, it's okay, calm down, and we got it. Your husband's here, we'll get everything, whatever. The fourth thing was the classroom. The way when a child first walks into the room, it's like, okay, I have something to look at. The colors, they draw you to be like, okay, what is this talking about? I may not know how to read it, but I want to learn what that says. The fifth thing was that y'all nurtured us as parents to make us want to be here, and that you were going to give our kids an experience that they wouldn't get anywhere else, and you proved a point. You proved it in my daughter.
The Academy of Scholars. Exceptional, Christian, affordable.
Thank you, Mrs. McKessie, for that awesome testimonial. And can you let Mariah know that we absolutely love her and we miss her, and we can't wait to see her when she returns in person for the upcoming school year.
Yes.
When it came to looking up student test scores as well as the school's grades, parents found that there was not a lot of information provided because private schools do not take the battery of state-required assessments that public school students take. As a result, student scores and a school grade were not viable sources of information that could be used in their decision-making.
So what kind of information was available or at disposal for these parents?
Well, several participants specifically mentioned word-of-mouth referrals from individuals in their social networks. When asked about her decision-making process, one parent answered, "I use word-of-mouth recommendations of other parents." Another parent said, "My main source of research was just talking to other parents who already have their children here." Some parents stated that they had conversations with other parents to gauge their experiences and that heard great things about the school. Another parent stated that she had friends and colleagues who had already enrolled their children at the school and shared their positive experiences.
Very cool. I talked to a former parent this week who called to request the records of her former scholar, and she was raving about the school. In fact, she named 2 current parents who she recommended to the school after her family had already left.
Wow.
Parents are just our greatest ambassadors, and that's why we take such pride in making sure that everyone has a great experience, because ultimately more people come to us via word of mouth than any other way.
That's true. Leveraging their social networks, participants also investigated the reputation of the school, which was very important to them. As one parent explained, the reputation was very important. "I don't think anybody would send their child to a school that doesn't have a good reputation." Another parent shared that her main criteria was the school's reputation, while another parent stated that she had developed a preliminary opinion about the school based on the things that she had heard.
That's spot on, Stacy. You find that what school a child goes to is really like a badge of honor to some parents. Like, what parent doesn't want to say, "My child attended Harvard or Yale or Morehouse or Spelman"?
Or Florida State University, go Seminoles!
Or Vanderbilt University. VU, anchor down, baby. VU, anchor down. So reputation does matter.
Yes.
And thanks to the hard work that you and I and our outstanding teachers do on a daily basis with the AOS Way, we're well respected in the Atlanta area and beyond.
Yes, Benny. When I meet people in the community, I hear this all the time. Remember a couple years ago when you and I were at a community event representing the school, and person after person, parents and even kids were saying, "I know your school. It's that school for smart kids."
Yes.
Yes, so reputation is definitely everything. Finally, several participants mentioned taking school tours as part of their research process. One parent who toured the school with her daughter shared, "After the tour, my daughter and I fell in love." Another parent said her tour of the school was eye-opening and helped her feel very comfortable with the school. Finally, another parent said, "I did the tour and I was sold."
I love hearing that because when people were on campus for tours, it was during the normal course of the day. It was nothing out of the ordinary that we were doing. We weren't doing anything special. Parents were just able to come on a school day and experience the day just as our scholars do on a daily basis.
Yes, Benny. When we would have our open houses, I always encourage the attendees to do a school tour outside of the open house when our scholars would be present. Of course, we can't do that now because of COVID, but the purpose of having them do this at that time was so that they and their children could get the full experience of AOS. And when individuals did the tour and the scholars were present, that was all they needed to see. And as most parents would tell me later on is that when they did the tour, they could feel the warmth and the care the second they got on campus and stepped into the building. And as they toured the building, they saw the academic engagement and the nurturing care that our scholars were receiving, not to mention the fun that they were having,
Yes.
and they were sold on the AOS experience for their child.
Wow. For those who are interested in AOS, we do have a virtual tour and open house available online. This is not the same as being on campus while school is in session, but it is a great way for parents to see the AOS way and what it's all about.
So, the final factor in why public school educators enroll their children in private schools more than the general public is parent research. In researching whether or not they were going to send their children to a private school, parents looked at the student test scores and the school's grades, if they were available, word of mouth recommendations, the school's reputation, and they conducted school tours. So, what do you think? What information do you seek when deciding to enroll your child in a school? We'd love to hear from you. Please comment and share your thoughts on this topic.
Please remember every week when we're on, if you comment, we will respond to your comment and say hello. Like Miss Spann, Amy K. Spann says hello, hello, Miss Spann. Thank you for being on with us. Also, Miss Imperio is on. I see that Zoe Cartier Zoe is on and Haddad Samar. Thank you for coming on. We appreciate you being with us. No matter where you are and where you live in the world, you can give your child access to this exceptional Christian affordable education with the Academy of Scholars Premier Online Learning. Not only does the Academy of Scholars give your child the opportunity to engage in school at their own pace, but we also provide a comprehensive curriculum that includes classes like coding, giving your child the opportunity to take classes they will enjoy. I'm sure your parent research will find that the Academy of Scholars Premier Online Learning is the online school you've been looking for.
I hope you enjoyed today's live session. To learn more about our amazing school, the Academy of Scholars, please go to our website at academyofscholars.com. Join us next week as we continue our live discussions. Next week, we will talk about why children lie. Until next time, I am Dr. Stacy Lambert Johnson.
And I'm Benny Crane Jr.
Saying goodbye
Goodbye.
and
Be
blessed.
blessed.